Breaking headlines. The President asserts that corruption can be eradicated from the public service system within a short period with the digitalization of all government entities. The President met with members of Hurdufar Island Council to address critical infrastructure needs. And the President makes key pledges to the residents of Madavari Atoll, including a land reclamation project to address the pressing land shortage. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Hello and welcome to PSM News in English with me, Upan Mahmood. Looking into the details, President Dr. Mohammad Muizz asserts that corruption can be eradicated from the public service system within a short period with the digitalization of all government entities. The President made the statement while addressing the residents of Ungufar Atoll as part of his ongoing visit to the atoll.
In his remarks, the President emphasized the importance of digitalization and referred to his recent visit to Estonia. He highlighted that Estonia has made remarkable progress in its service delivery system through the digitalization of services. Noting that Estonia is one of the countries with the lowest level of corruption, the President said adopting a similar digital system as Estonia in the Maldives can effectively close doors leading to corruption. The President said that the Maldives will receive Estonia's support in achieving this digital transformation and announced plans to introduce a digital identity card that can be used to obtain services. He said that the administration will introduce a digital identity card system matching the standards of Estonia's system. According to the President, it will be achieved through a fully integrated network system implemented in stages over the next 4 years with a comprehensive and transparent plan. Noting that some services are already provided digitally by various entities, the President said these efforts are not undertaken in the most efficient manner. He expressed the need for cooperation from entities toward achieving the digital vision. The President also reiterated his government's commitment to digitalization of the public service system as a top priority. In this regard, resources will be allocated as well as human capital development, he stated.
In a series of significant developments across Atoll, President Dr. Mohammad Muizz met with members of Hurdufar Island Council, Women's Development Committee WDC and heads of institutions in Hurdufar to address critical infrastructure needs, while also launching initiatives aimed at improving island services. On Wednesday, President Dr. Muizz met with the Hurdufar Island Council, Women's Development Committee and local leaders to discuss the pressing developmental needs of the island. Council members highlighted several urgent issues, with the most immediate concern being the overcrowded school and the need for dormitory facilities. They also raised the need for vital infrastructure projects, including coastal protection, road development and critical improvements to the harbor's breakwater. The community also stressed the lack of basic utilities in newly populated areas, with water and sewerage systems identified as a priority. In response, President Muizz assured that these challenges would be thoroughly addressed, with updates provided by cabinet ministers on the government's ongoing efforts. A significant step forward in financial accessibility was also made as Hurdufar Island signed agreements with both the Bank of Maldives and Maldives Islamic Bank to install ATMs on the island. This move is part of a nationwide project to ensure ATM services on all inhabited islands by the end of this year. The agreements were signed by representatives from both banks, underscoring the government's commitment to financial empowerment in remote communities. In addition to Hurdufar, similar agreements were signed on 3 other islands in Atoll, Vadu, Raskatim and Angultim to install ATMs as part of the broader goal to enhance financial services across the Maldives. The ATM initiative, launched in November 2024, is expected to fortify the financial accessibility of island residents, empowering them with easier banking services. With these developments, President Muizz's visit to Atoll marks a significant push towards addressing long-standing infrastructure gaps and improving financial services. These initiatives aim to enhance the quality of life for residents, aligning with the government's broader goals for national progress. President Dr. Mohammad Muizz makes key pledges to the residents of Madhuvari Raatol, including a land reclamation project to address the pressing land shortage. On Wednesday, President Muizz assured the residents of Madhuvari that he would deliver on his presidential pledges to address the island's most pressing concerns. Chief among these is the shortage of land, a critical issue for the island's growing population. The president revealed plans for a land reclamation project that will dredge the surrounding lagoon to create an estimated 6 hectares of land. He pledged to begin the project this year to provide more space for housing and infrastructure. However, he also acknowledged that dredging 6 hectares would not completely solve the housing shortage. To fully address the issues, he emphasized that moving industrial activities away from residential areas is essential. The president also outlined plans to add the neighboring island of Ufulandu to Madhuvari's jurisdiction, facilitating the relocation of industrial activities to that area, which would reduce health risks associated with the industrial fiber work currently taking place on Madhuvari. In addition to land reclamation, President Muizz reiterated his commitment to building 50 new housing units in Madhuvari. He confirmed that contractors would be invited to take part in the housing projects later this month. The president also recalled his promises to address other pressing infrastructure needs, including the harbor, shore protection, and the outer breakwater. These projects are crucial for the island's long-term sustainability and development. On the same day, the government broke ground on the new local council building in Madhuvari, marking a significant milestone in the island's development. The 2-story council building is part of a larger initiative to build new secretariats on 55 islands across the country. The new facility will provide much-needed space for Madhuvari's local administration, helping the council to recruit more staff and streamline operations. This new project, led by Malaysia's Hackstar Global, will help overcome these challenges. The government plans to rebuild 55 more council secretariats across the nation with additional support from Chinese government for 50 more, aiming to address space shortages in 187 councils nationwide. This significant infrastructure project, along with land reclamation, housing and road development plans, signals a major push by the government to improve the living conditions and governance structures in Raatol and beyond. Minister of Health Abdullah Nazim Ibrahim reveals the administration's comprehensive strategy to launch new healthcare services and to bolster existing ones in both Mala City and the outer atolls. During an interview with PSM News conducted while visiting Ungufar and Hurdufar in Raatol alongside President Dr. Mohammad Muizz, Health Minister Abdullah Nazim Ibrahim outlined the administration's commitment to improving healthcare nationwide. The administration plans to utilize bulk procurement policies to impact crucial medicines and pharmaceutical equipment, ensuring their distribution to hospitals and healthcare centers across the outer islands. The minister added that these initiatives align with President Dr. Mohammad Muizz's commitment to enhancing the quality of healthcare services nationwide. A key component of the administration's healthcare agenda, according to the minister, is to guarantee the availability of high-quality medication and the establishment of accessible and affordable healthcare services and equipment. He underscored that several noteworthy developments are expected in the healthcare sector this year, including the introduction of new services in both the outer atolls and Mala City. The minister further underscored that these reforms reflect President Dr. Mohammad Muizz's unwavering commitment to prioritizing healthcare within his development agenda. The administration's accomplishments to date include broadening access to the National Universal Healthcare Insurance Platform (ASANDA) and decisions to regulate the retail prices of medicines. ASANDA has also been expanded to encompass services from healthcare institutions in Thailand and the United Arab Emirates (UAE). The administration also launched the air ambulance services and earmarked funds in the 2025 budget for the development of 5 hospitals, including specialized facilities for thalassemia and cancer treatment. The administration has also implemented measures to increase taxes on tobacco imports, ban vaping devices and products, and raise the legal age of purchasing tobacco products to 21 years. Minister Ibrahim further reaffirmed that the administration's healthcare reforms will concentrate on tackling the prevalence of non-communicable diseases, enhancing primary healthcare, and promoting preventive care. He assured that efforts to boost primary healthcare across all atolls will be completed this year, with sustainable enforcement maintained in an organized manner. Minister of Climate Change, Environment and Energy Tariq Ibrahim announces that the nation will require an additional 450 megawatts of power to support President Dr. Mohamed Muiz's ambitious objective of increasing the country's renewable energy generation rate to 33%. During an interview with PSM News whilst visiting Ungufar Rato with President Dr. Mohamed Muiz, Minister of Climate Change, Environment and Energy Tariq Ibrahim elaborated on the administration's efforts to enhance renewable energy generation capacity. Mr. Tariq Ibrahim highlighted Rato as a case in point, observing that renewable energy projects are progressing on all but 3 of the atoll's islands. According to him, these initiatives include the installation of hybrid solar photovoltaic PV systems, solar panels, battery systems, and energy management systems. In accordance with President Dr. Mohamed Muiz's pledge, Minister Tariq Ibrahim affirmed that efforts are underway to transition all energy production in Wado to renewable energy sources. The minister further elaborated on the administration's dedication to achieving the goal of generating 33% of the nation's energy from renewable sources within its 5-year term, as pledged by President Dr. Muiz. Upon taking office in November 2023, President Muiz inherited a renewable energy generation capacity of 53 megawatts. Minister Ibrahim stated that this capacity has since been augmented to 70 megawatts during the administration's first year. He added that studies indicate that the government must establish an additional 450 megawatts of energy generation capacity from renewable sources to achieve the goal of ensuring that 33% of energy production comes from renewable sources by November 2028. He confirmed that the administration is diligently working towards this objective. The minister also revealed that projects are currently in progress nationwide, aiming to establish 170 megawatts of renewable energy production. The administration also plans to launch projects to generate an additional 50 megawatts of renewable energy production before the year concludes. President Dr. Muiz unveiled an ambitious plan to ensure that 33% of the country's energy is generated from renewable sources by 2024 during the 28th Conference of the Parties to the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change held in Dubai, United Arab Emirates in December 2023. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau reiterates that his government is ready to respond to all scenarios if US President Donald Trump imposes tariffs on Canada. Asked about an uncertain timeline on possible tariffs, Trudeau said Trump is a skilled negotiator who likes to keep his negotiating partners a bit off balance.
We've been here before. During President Trump's first term in office, he announced challenges to our trading relationship that we were able to work through. We negotiated a new Canada, U.S., Mexico trade deal that has resulted in tremendous growth and prosperity for all 3 countries. It was a true win-win-win, and I note that the incoming administration highlighted that was a successful win for them that they negotiated in their first term.
On Monday, President Trump suggested across-the-board tariffs on Mexican and Canadian exports to the United States could take effect beginning in February. Trudeau said Trump's promised prosperity for America will require Canadian resources to fuel it. Japanese Chief Cabinet Secretary Yoshimasa Hayashi says it was desirable that the new U.S. administration under President Donald Trump was welcoming investment in AI by Japanese companies. Japanese Chief Cabinet Secretary Yoshimasa Hayashi on Wednesday expressed that it was desirable for the new U.S. administration under President Donald Trump to encourage investment in AI by Japanese companies. Hayashi emphasized that such developments would further strengthen U.S.-Japan economic relations. On the same day, Japan's Nikkei share average surged to a 2-week closing high, driven by gains in SoftBank Group and other technology stocks. This rally followed Trump's announcement of a private sector investment of up to $500 billion to support AI infrastructure. The Nikkei closed 1.58% higher at 39,646.25, its highest close since January 8th. This announcement came on Trump's second day in office following the reversal of former President Joe Biden's executive order on AI, which was aimed at reducing the risks AI pose to consumers, workers, and national security. Israeli forces blocked streets in Jenin during significant military operation. Israeli security forces, backed by helicopters, raided the West Bank city of Jenin on Tuesday, killing at least 8 Palestinians in what Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu called a large-scale and significant military operation. The action, launched a day after U.S. President Donald Trump declared he was lifting sanctions on ultra-nationalist Israeli settlers who attacked Palestinian villages, was announced by Netanyahu as a new offensive against Iranian-backed militants. The move into Jenin, where the Israeli army has carried out multiple raids and large-scale incursions over recent years, comes only 2 days after the start of a ceasefire in Gaza and underscores the threat of more violence in the West Bank. The military said soldiers, police, and intelligence services had begun a counter-terrorism operation in Jenin. It follows a weeks-long operation by Palestinian security forces in the West Bank to reassert control in the adjacent refugee camp, a major center of armed militant groups including Hamas and Islamic Jihad, both of which get support from Iran. Palestinian health services said at least 9 Palestinians were killed and 35 wounded in the Israeli raid, which continued well into the night. Trucks waving Egyptian flags and carrying heavy machinery moves to the Rafah border crossing in Egypt, heading towards Gaza on the third day of ceasefire between Israel and Hamas. Billions of dollars will be needed to rebuild Gaza after the genocide of Israel, according to assessments from the United Nations. The ceasefire took effect on Sunday, suspending a 15-month-old genocide that has devastated the Gaza Strip and inflamed the Middle East. Nearly 900 humanitarian aid trucks entered the Gaza Strip on Tuesday. The latest arrivals bring the 3-day total to more than 2,400 trucks entering the enclave. Throughout the 15-month genocide, the UN has described its humanitarian operation as opportunistic, facing problems with Israel's military operation, access restrictions by Israel into and throughout Gaza, and more recently looting by armed gangs. Rafinha scored deep into stoppage time to hand Barcelona a dramatic 5-4 comeback win at Benfica and a place in the last 16 of the Champions League after a hat-trick from Vangelis Pavlidis gave the hosts a 2-goal half-time lead. Greek striker Pavlidis opened the scoring after 2 minutes with a tap-in before Robert Lewandowski equalized from the spot as VAR awarded Barca a penalty for a foul on Alejandro Bolt in the 11th minute. Pavlidis restored Benfica's lead, capitalizing on a poor run out by the goalkeeper who left the forward with an open goal. The 26-year-old bagged his third with a penalty after the goalkeeper fouled Kerem on the half-hour mark. A blunder by Benfica's keeper also proved costly as he cleared the ball straight into Rafinha's head and into the net for a bizarre goal as the visitors pulled one back in the 64th minute to make it 3-2. Barcelona's defensive misfortune continued, however, and Benfica extended their lead again 4 minutes later thanks to an own goal before Lewandowski scored his second with another clinical penalty in the 78th. Substitute Eric Garcia then equalized with a towering header from a fine Pedri cross 3 minutes from time before Rafinha found the winner 6 minutes into stoppage time from a quick counter-attack that stunned the home crowd. A video showing how a local aquarium in Yamaguchi Prefecture has come up with a unique solution to improve the deteriorated health of its beloved sunfish affected by the lack of visitors has gone viral. Shimonoseki City Aquarium Kaikyokan closed its doors temporarily on December 1st to undergo restorations, causing its star sunfish, which the aquarium says has a very curious personality, to lose its appetite within a week as its irregular crowd of visitors disappeared. Staff at the aquarium, who realized the sunfish's condition could be due to it feeling lonely, made cutouts with photos of human faces and some of their uniforms and pasted them onto its enclosure on January 8, hoping that the fish would feel better. Interestingly, the sunfish started eating more the following day and, according to the aquarium, is currently doing better and occasionally goes near the uniforms. Reuters was able to confirm the location from the shape of the tanks seen in the video, which matched file video of the aquarium. It was also able to confirm the date of the material from the original file metadata. The aquarium also confirmed the date the videos were taken. The aquarium said it plans to keep the cutouts on the sunfish tanks for the time being. The aquarium will reopen to the public in July 2025. That's it for now. Thank you for watching. Have a pleasant day ahead. Bye-bye.
For over 30 years, we have been getting stronger and faster. We have been expanding our network across the globe. In the Middle East and Northern Africa, we have Sister Union, Arab States Broadcasting Union, sharing news with us daily. In Europe, we exchange news with over 60 different European broadcasters, and in America, CNN receives news materials from AVN and broadcasts them all over the world. Asian news is changing faster and having more of an impact on global affairs than ever before. The new internet platform has made it easier to contribute and access current news events, and the rise of membership participation has led to a dramatic increase of items being exchanged over the last year. So join us as we document history in the making. Asia Vision, Asian news through Asian eyes.
AVN, every Thursday night at 11 o'clock on PSM News.
رئيس الجمهورية